Mental fortitude will be the separating factor for Tennessee baseball.
Our guys' response to being down was equally insane.
And now that the buses are loaded for their trip to Arkansas for the Super Regionals, it'll be a razor's edge on who gets the 2 wins first in the Super Regionals, because as far as talent's concerned, these are two teams that are pretty neck and neck, right? Tennessee has a Golden Spikes finalist, so too does Arkansas. Tennessee has a batter that has 20 or more home runs on the season, so too does Arkansas. Now, I don't know if it's better or worse for Tennessee that it's the same player for Arkansas in both of those categories, but the facts remain the same. Then you look to their overall record. They're two programs that have 46 wins on the season, two programs that have seen decent success, especially Tennessee, in the last handful of years.
But I think if you watch them or review our series, it's kind of a complete team, which again is why they would kind of, as we stand here now, at least on paper, they would sit on the throne.
So what will be the difference maker in this game? I don't think mental toughness is being played up enough. I think it should be played up more. And I think if Tennessee can be mentally tough in this series, then I think they're the team that prevails.
The mindset and the mentality wasn't necessarily where it needed to be. And a lot of it, kind of fell off of the previous games that led before our trip going to Fayetteville. And I think our guys now realize that a fresh start is a great thing.
Do you agree? Do you disagree? I mean, if we look to Hoover, to the SEC tournament, it was certainly a department in which they saw tons of growth, and it was a huge talking point for Tony Vitello every time he was at the podium, was in their ability to take punches. But I think as they're really kind of at the precipice, right, at the height of where their postseason play is now, getting ready for the Super Regionals. They've got to be a team that not only can take punches, but can land a few of their own.
I think every game we've played since we've been there has been basically cutthroat.
And I don't think anyone landed a bigger punch at the Knoxville Regionals than Andrew Fisher did in that decisive Game 2 against the Deacs, where he blasted his 24th home run on the season, helping to put a touchdown spot in the 4th inning over the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And I think Tennessee's ability to do that all had to do with them embracing the crowd noise, allowing that to fuel them at the plate, where they showed tremendous growth on defense and where they were pretty much locked down from what you could get from their arms as well. But I think it'll be the same but different when they go on the road to take on Arkansas, because instead of allowing the home team to really fuel you, here they're going to need to find a way to tune out the Hogs if they can. And I think if they can maybe quiet that noise and don't allow the environment to feel bigger than it did last time they were there, I think that'll be huge, because you look to the, let's say, re-ranking for the Super Regionals. I mean, Arkansas is the top-seeded team left. They are a favorite to win the whole thing, and these two teams going at each other in the Super Regionals certainly feels a little bit more like a title series than what they want to claim it as, a SEC series.
The ability to embrace the chaos is something you have to have this time of year.
And a moment last weekend, or I guess really this weekend, it's felt quite like a long week this week, where they really did embrace the moment, embrace the chaos, as Tony Vitello will describe it, is in that 4th inning. You can find so many moments in that 4th inning on offense for Tennessee where they rose to the occasion, and you could even go all the way down to their freshman and Manny Marin, who blasted a 3-run home run in a moment where Tennessee really needed some type of response. They really needed to put up a couple of runs in that inning to allow them to still feel like they were in that game. And it wasn't until he looked over at Andrew Fisher that things kind of changed.
I looked in the corner of my eye, and Fisher was there just like this, and I knew after his energy was given, it was going to be good.
And obviously he hits his 3-run home run. I think it was just his 3rd or 4th home run on the season, but in the type of home run that he was able to connect there, it's one that Tony Vitello says he would not have been able to do that earlier this season.
It'll be fun to watch him grow up, but he's taken a lot of pride in his weight, and he wouldn't have been able to hit that ball over the fence opposite field in the fall.
It's important to make the right decisions, like when to go for it on 4th down, or when to kick the field goal or go for the touchdown. It's also important to make the right insurance decisions, too. That's why my office, Trey McAdams State Farm, is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Our office will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages, so you'll know what to expect when the unexpected happens. With Trey McAdams State Farm, it's easy to make the right call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Proud sponsor of the Tennessee Vols.
Now, with this team, embracing the chaos could have a number of different meanings, especially when you look to on the mound and you go to one Liam Doyle, who brings maybe too much chaos at times, but if it's channeled in the right way, it's certainly embraced.
The way he treats the game, you know, it's almost like he's in a bar fight.
Okay, and that comment was inspired by what happened in the 8th inning against the Deeks, and it's a quick meeting with the hitting coach, but then Liam Doyle, he kind of waves off the infield. You see Vitello go back into the dugout, and after he throws the final strike for the final punch out of that inning, he's as juiced as maybe we've really seen for much of this season, and Vitello darts out of the dugout. But it's in the ability to channel that type of energy in a productive way that this team, especially immediately on this wonky Saturday to Sunday or Saturday to Monday series, could really benefit from.
But he's also matured a lot. That is Liam, and he's got a level of composure that comes with that intensity that I think is a unique combination. And again, that's something our guys follow his lead on.
So since Hoover, Tennessee has not only learned how to take punches, but how to land a few of their own, how to have that mental toughness and where they get their energy from. And when it's sourced from the right place, they look how they did in the Knoxville Regional. And I think in that competitiveness and that all leading to having, mental resiliency, I think will be huge, really, especially in that first game when it's Stone Lawless catching, because Cannon Peoples was ejected in the last game, so obviously he'll have to miss that one, and then you don't know really the pitching order as of Friday. It's clear as mud what Vitello and company are going to do. Maybe you do something a little similar, like have Marcus Phillips go out first again, like they did in the last time that the two teams met, and Phillips was able to get the win there. But they have shown a lot of growth in very necessary departments.
Guys doing things they struggled throughout the year doing. Well, 1 through 9.
And I think if they can maintain the mental resiliency in this, and that allows them to play with a more focused effort, then I don't think you'll see the same types of errors that you see in the outfield. And I think you'll see better approaches at the plate, and I think you'll be more calm and have better conviction on the mound. But it always starts between the ears, guys. But certainly make sure you subscribed and stay tuned for all the post-game conversation that we'll have coming up this weekend. I'll talk to you guys then.